what was it, at the end of March or so, the SEC came out with these new rules, the new rule proposal, I should say, that effectively provides a little bit more scrutiny of this, or is it more disclosure? What exactly is kind of spooking these banks away from this?
There's just more scrutiny across the board, which essentially opens up banks to risk that they're not always going to want to take on, especially when you think about the fees that are attached to SPAC deals. They're not going to always offset those types of risk. There might be some deals that you want to take on because it's worth it financially. In other cases, it's just not a smart investment, not a good use of your time.
Let's talk about that, because we're looking at a chart here of the SPAC index that's been declining a little bit. And I am curious how you think about the why behind this. Is it just been the market volatilities? Did you say, well, we're taking out froth in the market? Or is there something maybe bigger underway?
So I think it's reflective of how you also see the IPO market. There's not as many companies going public these days. It's a number of factors. Uncertainty is across the board affecting projections. If you think about inflation and how there are various companies, especially the ones that are having to remodel and think about their cost structure, that's really just creating uncertainty. And that's the same with SPACs. If you're going to the market, if you have been looking for a target, I've talked to sources who tell me that those conversations that they're having are changing day to day. It's not even week by week. It's really a volatile time, and you might have to, in one period, think about your business, and then the next have to shift. And there's just a lot of discussions that have to adapt to that.
But deals can still get done, it would seem. Grindr, case in point, yesterday we understand going to be the acquisition of choice by one special purpose acquisition company. Why are you chuckling? What about...
It's Romain's favorite app.
Yeah, are there any other areas of the SPAC market that are going to be impacted?
There are. This morning there was another SPAC deal that was announced. I believe it was in the healthcare sector. So there are one-off situations. It's not
Is
everything.
this because they're rushing, because their time is running out?
There is timing that's affecting some of these deals. There is a clock, and if it gets to a point where you haven't found a takeover, a target, you're going to have to either return the money or put in more money to extend the time that you need. But again, that just creates perhaps more uncertainty, more risk. The timelines change.
And there's a pretty big stockpile of companies out there that still haven't sort of, made good on what they promised. I'm also curious as to, we basically haven't really seen new SPAC deals announced, at least not with any sort of real force.
You've seen some, but you're right. Not as much as, think about a year ago, every single day.
Yeah, that's all we
you were covering these SPACs that were popping up, it seemed, by the hour.
Yeah.
And so the wall of
now
SPACs.
We talk about is Elon Musk and Twitter. Do you know what's going on with that deal, by the way?
I think we're always covering it on a day-to-day, and his comments certainly change by the hour.
Maybe they could do a SPAC. Did Elon ever think about that?
I have a feeling his fixer might have.
We had a great term for it.
Don't pay me any mind,
We called
Katherine.
Caroline the SPAC attack.